to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe in, just get a sense that you're breathing in a feeling of calm and relaxation. Breathing in relaxation, and as you exhale, feeling that stress and tension is just leaving your body. That's right, breathing in a feeling of calm and relaxation, allowing it to go in through your nose, filling your lungs, and as you exhale, just feel that tension leave your body. Now, that's it. I want you to use the power of your imagination to remember the most relaxing place that you've ever been to. Maybe it was a garden, perhaps a beach, or maybe a particular place that you associate with relaxation. And I want you to imagine that place now, and imagine what it would be like to return to that place. Imagine being in that place, and imagine that wherever that place is for you, that you can see what you saw back then when you were in that relaxing place. If it's outdoors, perhaps you can see the sky, or perhaps trees or plants. And if it's indoors, pay attention to the colors, the furniture, perhaps the surroundings. And I want you to imagine, wherever you are right now, seeing what you were seeing back then. Imagine there is the most comfortable chair that you've ever seen in your life. And I want you to imagine what it would be like to sit in that relaxing chair. Get yourself comfortable and continue to imagine breathing in that feeling of calm and relaxation, and exhaling any tension, any stress. As you continue to do that, just notice that muscles that were tense before are getting more and more relaxed, that it's easier to breathe longer and longer breaths, that whereas before you were breathing more from your chest, notice that as you breathe deeper, it gets lower and lower, breathing more from the diaphragm. And continue to breathe in a feeling of relaxation and exhale stress, tension, and perhaps any anxiety. Feel deeper and deeper relaxed with each and every breath. And I want you to think about all of the demands that you have on your life, the things that you need to do, that you should do, that you must do. And just continue to experience the idea that these demands don't affect you right now. Perhaps these are things that you can look at in the future or have looked at in the past. But right now in this moment, accept that all of these demands are not demands on you right now. The only thing that you need to think about is breathing in that feeling of calm and relaxation and exhaling any tension. Stress has often been described as the feeling we get when demands exceed our ability to cope with them. And whether that's work or chores or things that need to be done, whenever there is a feeling that those demands exceed our ability to cope, we can feel stressed. But right now, in this moment, just imagine that the demands on you are decreasing, because many times the demands are not real demands. They can be commitments that you've made that you have forgotten about, but your unconscious mind still remembers. Promises that you've made that you've not followed up on. or expectations or pressures that you've put on yourself. And right now, just accept that you're closing down all of those demands on you and are able to reopen them when necessary. I want you to imagine that all demands on you right now are the equivalent of open tabs on an internet browser, or perhaps applications open on a smartphone. And psychologically, in your imagination, just imagine right now closing all of those tabs, closing all of those applications, so that right now there are no demands on you whatsoever. And notice that as the demands decrease, so too does the stress levels. What you lose in stress, you gain in a feeling of freedom, that it's easier to breathe. And when all of those applications or tabs are completely closed, notice that you can be now fully in the present, knowing that you can reopen anything that is competing for your attention or your thoughts in the future. But right now there is no need to think, worry, or concern yourself with anything other than just feeling deeply, deeply relaxed. And I want you to activate the most resourceful part of your unconscious mind, that part of you that trusts your ability to get things done, to live at the highest level possible for you. Notice that as you breathe in and breathe out, it makes you feel more resourceful, better able to cope with everything happening in your life. Notice that as you feel less stressed, it's naturally easier to have a deeper and more refreshing night's sleep. Notice that the more relaxed you feel, the easier it is to sleep, and also that the better that you sleep, the more resourceful you feel the very next day. And by feeling resourceful, you feel that you can cope with all of the demands on you. And by coping, by managing your workload, your commitments, your to-do list, that also gives you a feeling of being in control. And being in control reduces stress and allow your unconscious mind to accept that you have all the resources necessary to cope, to handle stress, to reduce stress, and to feel deeper and deeper relaxed. And I want you to imagine what your future would be like if you introduced more of the kind of exercise that you enjoy. And that could be jogging, walking, swimming, or perhaps stretching, a bit of yoga, or even lifting weights. Just imagine what that future would mean with more of the right type of exercise in it for you. Your physical body would release powerful neurotransmitters, serotonin, endorphins, dopamine, to make you feel good. And by your body feeling with more oxygen and needing time to recover, you would sleep even better than before. By sleeping better, you can relax better. And by relaxing more and focusing on your breathing, by being aware of just how resourceful you are, notice that all of that stress is just melting away, and you're replacing it with a feeling of heightened levels of resourcefulness. A feeling that you can handle what's going on. That there is no problem too big if you break it down into small enough chunks. And I want you to imagine what the next few days will be like. A version of you that is in control, coping, handling things well, feeling resourceful. See yourself over the next few days living your life without stress, in a way where you are living life and enjoying your life. Notice how you feel more prepared for the future. In a few moments' time, I'm going to count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. You will awaken with a feeling of resourcefulness, optimism, relaxation, and, most importantly, a feeling that you can handle whatever life throws your way. Starting the count to awaken you. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.